Hey buddy, watch this.
Hello, RegisKillbin is the name, and Hearthstone is the game, and this is a deck spotlight on a Molten Quest Mage by Savjz. Now, this is a Quest Mage deck that's not based on a particularly new idea. This is an idea people had basically on day one when the Mage Quest was revealed, that you play Arcane Giants, play Molten Giants, you combo them out with the second turn from Open the Waygate, and you can do some pretty cool things with burst damage via that combo, particularly when you utilize Alexstrasza with it. This quest does that. Now, not everybody in the past would have run Molten Giants. It was a lot of just Arcane Giants and Alexstrasza. This list runs the full Giant package, so with things like Ice Block, you can get down to 1 health safely, play your Molten Giants, play your Arcane Giants, pop the quest, load them up on the board, hit the end turn button, get your second turn, Alexstrasza the opponent's face down to 15, and then you also have, any combination of 4 giants ready to attack as well for a big lethal turn. Again, nothing surprising, but the reason I'm spotlighting this deck now is because this is actually a good, refined version of the list. A lot of people tried to play Quest Mage. Most commonly, people will do it with the other, what people called the Exodia combo, which was with Archmage Antonidas and a bunch of Sorcerer's Apprentices and tons of Fireballs, etc., etc. But Savjz has tested this list. He actually apparently made to Legend using this list primarily. So it's a good list. It can actually win games. It's competitive in today's meta. And it's a fun way to utilize the Mage Quest with an actual good win rate, which hasn't always been the case since the release of Unguro. So I did want to spotlight this deck because Savjz actually found a great combination of cards that all work well together. And I'm not sure anybody really ever conquered the Mage Quest in a successful way in the past, so I thought this one deserved a little time in the spotlight. So of course I've already talked about the combo pieces in this list. As far as what else is here, some interesting inclusions. Obviously the quest as well, but you've got things like Doomsayer just to really play incredibly defensively in the early game. These are great against those token boards that you otherwise just can't answer. You've also got things like Volcanic Potion there a little bit, but also Frost Nova for the Doomsayer combos. Beyond that, you run Arcanologist to draw your secrets more consistently, but also for those early game bodies. Only one Medivh's Valet, so as you can see, this deviates quite a bit from the control or secret mage styles that are probably a little more common on the ladder these days. You've even got things like Burgly Bully in here, which is not just a coin generator for tempo, but coins, of course, are great for helping you activate your quest, and this is just a solid mid-game body. Double Kabbalist Tome, which is kind of crazy slow, but you do have enough defensive tools in this deck that if you popped all this stuff off at exactly the right moment, you can basically play to the very end of your limits 2 ice blocks without a chance in the world, and then still draw into your combo and pull off some pretty crazy things. So this deck will have you at your wit's end, and that's why it's able to play so slow and for a lot of value in quest activation and card draw as opposed to survival, although there's clearly a little bit of that in here too. But you'll notice things like Fireball, not in this deck. Don't need Burn. We have the combo to do all of the damage necessary, except of course against some specific kinds of decks, which can be problematic, but I think we'll see that as we take this deck out onto the ranked ladder. And all that said, why don't we do exactly that? We've seen the list, we've talked about some of the key cards, of course emphasize the combo, but at the end of the day, to see if a deck like this really works and if it's something you want to play, the best thing to do is just take it out onto the ranked ladder, so let's do that. I'm very, very curious myself to play this thing. I think it's going to be a fairly high skill cap deck. In other words, it's going to require a lot of smart decision making and utilization of resources. But those are fun to play, right? And it's going to be fun to surprise people with the quest, because this is not something you often see on the ladder these days. The first week or two of Unguro, Mage Quest was everywhere, but lately, it's just, it's not around. Okay, Paladin up first. I think we can keep the quest here. I think actually, based on my understanding of this deck, and again, I'm playing it with you guys for the first time to see what it's like, but based on my understanding of the deck, we probably actually should have kept Volcanic Potion. I don't know why I tossed that back. I'm just assuming it's a little bit more mid-rangey of a Paladin, and we'll have time, but that's maybe a faulty assumption. This could be a fast Murloc, in which case we'll really regret throwing away that Volcanic Potion. But we'll see. Anyway, this looks like a pretty fast elemental Paladin here, but we've got a good curve regardless, so we should be okay. But as I was saying, my understanding of this deck is that you really do need to get the quest active as soon as possible. So it's not the kind of deck where you're going to mulligan away the quest trying to find other answers. This is the kind of thing where the quest really is your go-to thing you have to pull off. So you need to do it, right? Like, you need to go for it. You can't just sit on it and wait. Here, Pyros is going to be pretty good just as a body to get out there. Shadow over Death is probably going to be difficult to utilize, and of course the Murloc also very difficult to utilize, so we can like trade ping Pyros here next turn. Got both ice blocks, which is cool. We don't need to play them yet, of course, but they're there, so part of the combo's on the way. I don't mind him True Silvering here. That's fairly slow, and it's not really great against 2 health minions, is it? So, ooh, he's trading for us. Cool. That's fine. I think I value my health more than anything else. And Pyro's ping here should be fine. I'm only really pinging to block like Murloc buffs and stuff. It doesn't actually help much for the trade because he's probably going to just trade in. And we're not going to get the second half of Pyros just yet because we're on 5, not 6 mana. But Ice Block Primordial Glyph should be a pretty okay turn anyway. Let's see what he does here. Wouldn't be surprised to just see Megasaur come down. It's a 4-drop. Galaka Crawler instead. That's totally fine. It's not going to hit us. This is actually a good Doomsayer turn, I think. We'll just Doomsayer Ice Block. It's very unlikely to be able to kill this. We're not to like Sunkeeper territory yet where you can Sunkeeper it down. So this is probably just going to steal his turn 5. He's already used a weapon, so I don't think we're going to see him weapon. He can't do some kind of Spike Ridge thing to get the second half of the Spike Ridge out. Most likely he just Hero Power passes here. Attacks face a little bit. It's possible he could weapon and kill the Doomsayer. That would be the worst case scenario, but like I said, we already saw 1 True Silver. If he had both in the top 10 cards of his deck, that'd be fairly unfortunate. And I think we can actually just play Pyros here. Again, we're not in any particular rush. We might be able to win this game legitimately. In other words, just win it with on-board value. I don't mean to suggest that the quest is illegitimate, but you know what I mean. Trade Volcanic Potion might be good if he plays another thing, but this is also just such a high-value resource, we might have to save it. We can Primordial Glyph into something, just trade into 1 or 2 minions at a time here. Thalanos is okay too. Blizzard's probably fairly good. Kabbalist Tome is slow. Plus, we can actually Blood Mage Blizzard too, so if we see like Sunkeeper Tarim come down or whatever, we can still handle that fairly effectively. Yeah, I think Primordial Glyph again is fine. In fact, we'll probably cast it this turn. There's no reason not to. And we're just activating that quest, which is really, really good. Flame Strike and Cone of Cold both feel good against Paladin, but Flame Strike, just this AoE, I think is going to keep us alive for so long here. And, sure, we'll just sneak in a little extra damage. It's very unlikely to matter since we know we have Alexstrasza. Like, face damage we do now is not relevant, but if we do have a 3 damage clear anyway, there's no reason to ping this thing down either. Probably just kill it regardless. Trade Volcanic Potion's still an option, or if he trades here just to set up the trade. Oh, Flame Strike instead for Finja is fantastic. I will Flame Strike all day on Finja for sure. We're still going to hit a secret here because we have an Ice Barrier in the deck, not just Ice Blocks, which is nice. We're looking pretty good. We're very close to the quiet. Well, not close, but we have stuff in hand to get close, I should say. Or closer. That's fairly slow. Really slow, actually. Really, really slow. I don't even think we need a Volcanic Potion or Blizzard here. We can probably just make trades, play the barrier. If we leave 1 or 2 things alive, it's not a big deal. Okay, probably just Noble Sacrifice. I don't think you get away Kodo this board. So we'll test Noble Sac. And Acolyte Pain's a good draw too. It is Getaway Kodo. Wow! I don't think that's a very sound play, personally. We'll go ahead and kill the bigger health guy, just because it could be a little more problematic with like Rock Pool Hunter or whatever else, right? And again, we have a pretty solid board. Volcanic Potion's good with our own Acolyte as well. Nice little combo there. There's this Getaway Kodo, Silverhand Murloc. Here comes the Terra Merode, Tyrion. Trading Force again, that's fine. Arcane Giants are getting close. Let's just see what we draw here. We can probably just power through all this stuff and I don't know what. Maybe just play a Blood Mage Thalnos for tempo. Maybe play an Arcane Giant for tempo, honestly. Oh, that's a good draw. Let's see what we get here. Let's go ahead and see what we get here. Another Blizzard, another Volcanic Potion. We could just clear the board here. But we're going to overdraw a little bit if we do that. Let's just grab another Blizzard and just stock up on Blizzards, right? We have 9 cards. There's a potential we overdraw. I'm actually just going to clear the board here. I don't really, obviously, care about that thing living that much. It's nice to kill it, but I utilize a pretty strong resource, but I'm more worried about card draw than I am. Ooh, that's not the best Stonehill Defender grab. That's for sure. So we're getting really close here. We only have 1 giant, but all the pieces are starting to come together. Yeah, we would have overdrawn, it looks like, if I hadn't done this correctly. The Molten Giants, though, we're so far ahead that I'm not sure the Molten Giants are ever going to be very good for us. Gosh, we can just play the 10-10 Pyros, I guess. It doesn't seem great, but we need to make sure... No, we would overdraw it. Actually, we can't. We're at 4, 8, 10 cards. So if it died, we would essentially be overdrawing it. Which is frustrating because it doesn't really leave me with a very strong set of plays here. I can, like, Volcanic Potion to get back to exactly 10 cards, but, that leaves this at 3 health. It's very awkward. We could just Blizzard... Arcane Giant. It kind of messes up our combo a little bit, though, especially if he has like Eldor Peacekeepers. That doesn't feel very good. I guess we could like trade Blood Mage Thalnos Volcanic Potion. It's still going to put me at a lot of cards, though. In fact, maybe too many. I think this puts me right back at 10, so we may have to play a Molten Giant here just to... I mean, an Arcane Giant. We can just Frostbolt face. And again, this is totally wasted. But, well, not that wasted, I suppose. I don't know what that means. But, not that wasted, I suppose. But we just had to, because that damage would have disappeared with Alexstrasza, right? It froze a weapon, which is theoretically slightly advantageous, but... Really, we were just in such a dominating position as far as control was concerned that I don't think he had the pieces necessary. The Tyrion would have put him back in the game, though, because we didn't have a Polymorph off of our many card summons. But I think he just saw the writing on the wall. We had, 9 cards in hand. The quest was almost complete. He didn't have a great start or resources to push us down, so I really think it was the Doomsayer that won us that game. Here we will keep the Volcanic Potion to beat Sexy Time 10. Might need it. Sad we didn't get to see the combo, but winning games is winning games, right? Winning games always feels pretty good, so you can't complain too much. I just hope he misses his turn 1. That's really the most important thing against Hunter. If they hit a good turn 1, you can find yourself in a spot of trouble. If they hit, Alley Cat into Crackling Razor Maw or Alley Cat into Hyena, those kinds of things are terrifying starts, basically. That can very much lose you games. Very slow mulligan. Oh, what? It's Quest v Quest. My hand is so bad, I think we're just going to play this down. Might allow me to kill something next turn, clearly, but I'm more thinking about the card draw. You know, spell damage is not like the vital piece of Blood Mage Thanos in the stack. It's not... There's no fireball damage you're looking for or whatever. Occasionally you can combo it out with Frostbolt or something cool. Volcanic Potion or whatever it may be, but that's not the primary goal. But you know he's going to be playing 1-drops here if he's got Marsh Queen eventually, so this might trade into something. As well might the ping. We'll Ice Block if there's no ping target. Okay. 2 1-drops here. It's a good start. Yeah, we'll just play this since it's on curve. We could obviously ping, but the way he's going to trade... These are all a little weird. I guess Forbidden Shaping makes sense to me. Just for a tempo body. I don't think he's going to play a lot of big stuff, is why normally Blast Crystal Potion would seem really good, because it's great removal, but I just don't see him playing a lot of big stuff. I mean, we do want to get a spell, definitely, for our quest, right? But I just don't think Blast Crystal Potion is going to be the one. This could arguably be playable right now and be halfway decent, but I think we'll hold. I would expect him to trade into one of these, but probably not trade into this, unless he, like, Eagle Horn Bows it or something. Which sets us up for a ping, or just a Volcanic Potion, depending on what happens and what he plays. If it looks efficient, we'll happily Volcanic Potion down a bunch of 1-drops. I think we have enough stall in this game to do things like stall out Queen Carnassa and a bunch of Raptors. Like, Blizzard's really good against the Queen Carnassa Raptors, right? So, it looks like we're okay. We just need card draw right now, more than anything. A lot of 1-drops already. Oh my god, so many 1-drops. Well, we're definitely going to Volcanic Potion. That's obvious. There's... Archaeologist is going to be a good draw. Is this worth casting? Next turn I have Archaeologist Ice Block. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play this, honestly. More for the quest than anything else. Hey, that's a fine drop. It might trade into a guy too, which is nice. We're still 5 away. That's quite a ways to climb. You know, his hand is going to dictate how this game goes, really. It's like, does he have 2 more 1-drops? Can he get Carnassa out next turn, or does he have to wait a turn? I don't know how his deck is built, right? It looked like it's pretty heavy in 1-drops so far. But if he's playing a bit more mid-rangey and doesn't have a good 1-drop play this turn, you know, if he's sitting on some 4-drops or something, 3-drops, looks like he's going to hit it to me. Coin 4-drop, though, is not it. Yeah, okay, so he didn't actually hit it. That's fairly important, I think. The question is, what do we do with this board? Do we just trade ping to take damage off the board? I don't think we do. The only downside is that Tabby Cat gets a good clean trade here. The cute cat would die. Do we just load up the ice block? Maybe we hit an ice barrier here and load that up first. And hit a really big blizzard next turn. On a bunch of stuff. Got the ice block anyway. This is fine. I'd expect the Tabby Cat to trade in, obviously. We maybe should have just ran this in, now that I think about it. But I think this guy's going to trade this way. Yeah, we should have ran this in. There's no reason not to. Since we decided to Blizzard, if we weren't deciding to Blizzard, I think the Tabby Cat would have been a great... That would have been fine. But since we're committing to the Blizzard in our mind, that's a pretty weird non-trade for me to make. It's going to turn out to not matter because of patches, it looks like. But still. That doesn't make our play right in hindsight. Thank God he can't Carnassa out right now, but we know Carnassa's coming next turn. Still going to be a fairly good Blizzard. Wish we had Ice Barrier there, because we just know everything's attacking right now. We don't know that that's going to be the case on a future turn. I wish I could hit the Carnassa with that Blizzard too, and I just don't think I could afford to take that much more damage. Maybe we can hit a stall with Primordial Glyph. We've got 2 of the Giants, so we hit Alexstrasza and we can complete this quest in time. We're going to be in a pretty intriguing spot here. Frostdove is a good stall regardless. Another Ice Block just buys me time. I think that's totally fine. 3 ice blocks. We're gonna get there, I think. Just need Alexstrasza, really. Or more giants. More giants would be fine, too. And more spells, because we're still quite a ways off here. Need a good draw here. We need, like, Arcane Intellect or something of the sort. What is this that he's not playing here? Meteor? I think we have to cobble this tome here. That thing hitting us is gonna hurt, but it's just gotta have to happen. Ice Barrier's a sick draw. Just negates that dude. And we're at 3 out of 6, so we're getting very, very close here. And we're gonna have 3 turns to draw even more thanks to these ice blocks. Unless he runs Eater of Secrets in his deck. It's very unlikely for him to draw it though at this point, because he's drawing Raptors every turn. Like, half his deck is Raptors here. We could kill one of these Raptors with the Flame Geyser, play the dude. Forbidden Flame 1-2 probably. Actually, we can just Forbidden Flame Carnassa if we want. Might be worth it more so. Because, well, yeah, 7-9. Yeah, probably is worth it. I wish we didn't have to waste a mana though. Wish we could wait 1 turn basically here. Alternatively, we could take 7 damage off the board here and play 2 spells and ping. So that's actually 9 damage. I think this is just legitimately better. This takes me to 4. The ping takes me to 1. So I can't ping and Arcane Intellect. The question is, do I want to leave? I can just leave the dude here alive. We have plenty of time. So that's 3 giants. That's 24 damage. Let's just go ahead and play this. 3 giants is 24. He's at 26. So we might just get him there off pings, right? He does run Houndmasters, though, so taunts are actually a viable concern. We can throw down this Doomsayer for heal, too, basically. Although it won't matter once we get to 1 health, right? It's just not going to matter. Cultmaster. Okay. It's fine. Probably means we're not taking lethal damage this turn, which is good, because it gives my Doomsayer a turn to act, basically. Although, it's really not super relevant just because of his hero power. Like, once he gets me to 2, that makes absolutely 0 difference. Let's just ping our Acolyte here, because we need to get the quest, and we need to get Alexstrasza. 4th Molten Giant, that'll actually do it too. So I think we're good to go here as soon as we play this Ice Block. So we actually need him to pop the block here. The Doomsayer probably doesn't matter at all. We just need him to pop the block. We play all 4 Doomsayers. We play the quest. Taunts are the only thing here that's really problematic. But even that shouldn't matter. This is a summoned Ice Block because it's discounted. It came off Primordial Glyph. That actually does matter which one we play. Eater of Secrets is not active. That's good news. 8 times 4 is indeed 32, in case you're trying to do the math at home. Like me. Making sure we got it, because there's no Alexstrasza. Okay. So this should be game. Unless he taunts here? A taunt is the only way he survives here. Okay. That activates our quest. We play our giants. We can ping for good measure. We time warp. And we take our extra turn. Our guys get to attack. And it's fun. And we even got the Frostbolt. We didn't even need the 4th giant. What do you know? Hey, that worked out pretty well. Guys, that's pretty fun. Gotta say, that's a cool deck. And it's working so far. That was the whole point, right? Like, this isn't, again, this is not anything new. I mean, this idea's been around since we saw Time Warp. This was a day 1 idea, basically. But it's working now. With, you know, the meta shifting a little bit. I've seen a lot more control lately. Seems like Control Mage is out there. Paladin has shifted a little slower. Pirates seem to be on the decline a little bit to me. These kinds of decks can work now when they didn't work in the past. Here might be a Control Priest, for instance. I don't think we can keep the Giants in our opening hand. I think that's a little too greedy. I think we do have to find survival tools and spell creation tools as well to make sure we can hit that open the way game. Coin is good to have too. Gives you one free spell basically. Burgly Bully is great against Priest. Be cool to see. Arcane Intellect's a great draw. Arcanologist is a good card. We've got great curve here. I think we're in a great spot to win this game. Although who knows what this guy's about, right? We may not hit the right answers at the right times.
Someone injured?
I'm okay with giving him a little bit of draw. That's totally fine. If he's basically goofing around with my minions trying to accomplish stuff, like, yeah, whatever. Ooh, I forgot we ran a mana bind in this deck. You're not guaranteed to hit Ice Block. That's an intriguing decision. I feel like that's a little bit risky in this deck. Mana bind's a cool spell because you create a freebie and you get your quest. I get it, but that does seem whoa. That's fine. That'll be good later. Right now we can just do this. 2 Giants in hand, 3 Giants in hand. Yikes. Okay. So we're almost there, honestly. Most of the pieces are complete. Plus we actually have the Frostbolt, so that's 27 damage right now that we have represented here. Is this going to overdraw me for... This will put me at exactly... put me at 10 cards. I can Frostbolt. It's not really good. Let's just Mana Bind into 5. Is he going to play anything on 5? Probably not. If he does, it's probably just like a Power Word Shield. So let's just Ice Block here. It's not like we're facing a ton of damage. This also means the Medivh Valet will for sure be activated next turn. We can do things like Valet, Frostbolt if needed. He's probably going to draw a card here and not do much else is my guess. This is much better like on turn 8 with Free from Amber and that kind of stuff. Although getting a cheap spell, frankly, is fine with the quest as well, right? You don't have to get a super valuable spell. I can probably just kill the Cabal Talon Priest here. No real rush to accomplish a ton of board control. It's just not that much damage incoming. Blizzard's good. Let's see what he does here. Operative or something wouldn't be too surprising.
Let me change.
Cabal Shadow Priest is totally fine. Whatever. We'll probably just Blizzard. I mean, Blizzard doesn't do a lot here. Takes this to 1, this to 3. Blizzard into Volcanic Potion next turn. Volcanic Potion and Frostbolt next turns to clean up a little bit here. This just saves me 7 damage basically at this point. I think that's just about as valuable as anything else. I mean, I'm expecting him to heal the Cabal Shadow Priest here to go to 5. So we probably Volcanic Potion, Frostbolt the Shadow Priest down. Priest of the Feast too? Okay. Gosh. Hit me up with a Flame Strike, please. It's actually going to heal the Northshire Cleric, it looks like. Maybe he's trying to draw into an Eater of Secrets. Maybe that's his plan. Ugh, this is a little wonky. Do we just Mana Bind here? Can still Volcanic Potion, Ping, and Mana Bind with a coin. That's pretty good. Just Volcanic Potion kills these two basically with the Ping. These two things are around, but they're only doing 4 damage per turn. It's not the big deal. And then Coin Mana Bind into turn 8 for Free from Amber is pretty good. That's 5, 8 mana. Yeah, we can do all that. Free from Amber. Here we go. We're going to get it, boys. I'm feeling it. I mean, we're kind of just on a path here where we're darn near likely to hit the combo. We have 27, like I said. We might use Frostbolt before then, so I don't want to rely on that, but... Taunts? Oh, that's scary. We have all of our Ice Blocks already, though, so I don't think he's going to get an Ice Block, because Ice Block... Oh, no, he can still get an Ice Block, because it's not something that's currently in my deck. It's one that started in my deck. So, shoot. If he gets an Ice Block, that's going to disrupt our combo, that's for sure. It's one of those things where we could save a Frostbolt, though. Is he going to cast it right here? Oh, he got the Medivh Valet. That's not very good. I mean, it's just not very likely to get an Ice Block, right? Because you only get one of the actual cards. So it's like 1 out of 15 chances that you get one exact card that you're looking for. It's just so unlikely. Primordial Glyph here is pretty solid to start with. Like a Blizzard or a Flame Strike or something would be good. Potion of Polymorph I don't really care about. Greater Arcane Missiles has a decent chance to hit some stuff. Forbidden Flame is more consistent or predictable, but not that exciting.
What to do?
Actually, this is a halfway decent, well, it's not that good at combo. Let's just grab the Forbidden Flame because it's so flexible, and I'm just going to Arcane Intellect here. Doomsayer dies fairly easily, but it is a 7 health heal, and I do need to get some cards here. Could also just like Thalnos for card draw. I might want to save this for like a Frost Nova. It dies to Shadow Word Pain very, very easily, but the question here is, do I need to Frostbolt anything? Just like Frostbolt the Curious Glimmer Root to take some damage off the board. Yeah, I guess I will. We're at 1 out of 6 still. Like, we're a long ways off here. That's a little bit scary. I really need to hit a spell off this mana bind that's good. Well, it's not there yet, but he's setting up for it. That's a good sign. Like, Free from Amber coming out next turn would be sick. Kabbalist's Tome. My hand is too full for this, right? Almost? No, not quite. We have 7, so we can play this. Cone of Cold's pretty good just for stall here. It's a lot of damage off the board. And we're down to 0 Arcane Giant cost. And we're at 2 out of 6. Oh, I wish I could Shatter. Crap. I can't. We might be able to hit a Blizzard and Shatter next turn. We don't have the mana right now, though, of course.
Is someone injured?
Just draw more cards. It's fine. Primordial Glyph into either Cone of Cold or Blizzard would be insane here. Even Frost Nova would be good. I'd still try to hit the Doomsayer. But we could Shatter the Medivh just for sure to take a lot of that damage off the board. Shadow Visions is what we're going to get. We're going to overdraw a card, though. Alexstrasza would hurt, but it's not necessarily game over. I didn't think about my quest here for overdraw. Good news is he's only getting a 2-mana minion. Oh, no! That's even worse. That's 2 overdraws. That's awful. This is good, though, because we're just going to get a really, really cheap quest activation, it looks like. And I mean, the only way we lose, I think, is if we overdraw exactly Alexstrasza and a Giant. As long as we have one or the other, more we can get, we should be fine. What is he doing now? Just going all in on the board. Love it. Primordial Glyph's totally fine. I mean, I wish I had it, don't get me wrong, but it's not that big a deal. Oh, here's the Blizzard. Like I said, we're going to do this one for sure, guaranteed. And we'll Doomsayer too. And gosh, I can actually activate the quest right now. I don't know that I need to necessarily, but I can. This is another one that puts me at 27. Yeah, I'm going to take this just because actually we can get to 29 damage with the... we can do 29 damage as our combo sits right now. I think. These are 24. This is 4 with Thalnos, so that's 28. The ping is 29 damage. But he's at 30, so... Shadow Word Pain is very, very likely here. I mean, he hasn't used it all game. This was just more of a just-in-case kind of thing. Like, it's possible. He's digging for it. Like, he's definitely going to get it off of the Shadow Visions if he didn't already have it. But if we draw an Alexstrasza or a Giant, the game is over, so it doesn't actually matter. Oh my god, he didn't get it? Wow. So, I think I cannot kill him yet, right? I can't even play the Molten Giant, so we still got a ways to go. The problem right now is this Kabbalist's Tome is I have too many cards in hand. I think I have to Thalnos Frostbolt just to make room here. And it's fine, because it does do some damage, right? That's going to leave me with, what, 7 cards in hand? I'll have to I can Forbidden Flame the Thanos if I have to draw. If I have to get rid. That won't actually help though, will it? Oh, Arcane Missile's perfect. Thank you. I needed it. I needed like a 1 mana card here, or 0 mana card. Frankly, I'm actually gonna cast this maybe. Thanos dies. We go to 9 cards. Actually, we should be okay. We should be okay. We need to take a little bit of damage. Ooh, that hurts. We need to take a little bit of damage, guys, to get these free, because right now we can't do it until we get a Alex draws the Arcane Giant again, of course. That's a scary board. Oof. That is not game. Ugh, I need to take some damage. Silly. Eater of Secrets loses me the game here, I think. Right? I can't get there, can I? 9. No, I don't have any damage in hand. I can't Molten Giant and Time Warp right now. So I think I'll just kill the Doom Caller. I could just polymorph the Ultra Sword, but I think I'll just kill the Doom Caller. I need him to get me down to some amount of damage here. What do I need him to get? I need this to be 5 cheaper at least, I think. Or no. It can be no, it can be 5 mana. So I just need to take 2 more damage here. We should be good to go. Taunts are a problem though. We can polymorph. No, we can't. We can polymorph it. We can polymorph it because of well, if we go to the right mana cost. We can, which I don't know that we are. Yeah, we are. Okay, these are free now, so we should be good to go. Actually, we don't even need that. We can just power through it and the game's over. So that's cool. So we play all 3 of these, and then we quest it up. And then we Alex draws to the following turn. Go ahead and do this too. Just for that max damage. We don't even need the Alexstrasza, honestly, but for fun, we'll do it since it is the full combo. Hey! Guys, we keep winning games. We keep winning games. Bonus stars from the Giant Quest Mage. It's absolutely insane. And frankly, guys, on that note, I think I'm just going to call it on this deck spotlight. Like, I think we've seen what the deck is designed to do. I think we've seen it. Like, we stalled, we drew cards, we generated cards for our quest, we played the combo multiple times, we frankly won without the combo. Like, we've seen it all. It's a pretty cool deck. I mean, clearly 3 games is not the biggest sample size, but the deck was created by one of the best players in the world, Savjz. Apparently he played it to Legend himself, so that's a pretty big sample size right there, and even if it's not the best deck ever, it's still pretty fun, and it's clearly capable of winning games on the ranked ladder and getting some use out of that mage quest if that's something you've been sitting on for a long time. So that in and of itself is a reason enough to try this deck out if you're someone who has that quest and wants to bring it back to life. It looks like this list is actually finally a good, refined version of the deck that's being played at a high level in this meta. So strike while the iron is hot. Who knows how long this will be viable, but right now it certainly seems to be the case. So if you guys have any thoughts or comments on this deck, of course you can leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to read them. I'm sure my community will chime in with some thoughts of their own. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, game on.